Hello, it is I are smart. Boo! Ah, see that? Yeah, I get you? Did I scare you? Yeah, I hope I did. So anyway, it's spooky month. I love spooky month. Spooktober. It's amazing. I love this holiday. It's just a month of spooky, scary, fun times. I love October and Halloween so much. It's just amazing. Alright, so today, we're here to talk about LEGO Star Wars Terrifying Tales. So this was a real joy. This was announced a couple months ago. Basically, remember last year, Disney Plus, they were like, hey, we're making a LEGO Star Wars holiday special. And everyone was like, what? And it was amazing, and it was great. So they did it again. And again, they just made it amazing. I love this so much. It's not like actually scary. Like it's not like a horror. It's not like a horror scary movie, right? It's just funny. I love this so much. It's so great. I can't tell you how much. I just watched it, and it was an absolute joy. I gotta tell you. So basically, what this is you have like this main plot line going around, and then you have like these small stories that are within it. So basically, you gotta watch this thing. I absolutely love this. So basically, I might talk spoilers in the video. I might just say something. So first of all, just go watch it if you want to go in blind. But I'm gonna talk about it anyway because I just love this and I just want to talk about it because I just watched this. It's so cool. So anyway, basically, what is this? Well, you see, the whole premise is based around we got Poe. Poe's just he crash lands his ship at Vader's castle. Because, obviously, convenient, the plot has to happen. So this is after Rise of Skywalker, and I think it takes place actually after the holiday special, because that makes sense, I think. So anyway, basically this is after Rise of Skywalker. There's a little intro at the beginning, where Vader's like, ta-da, Palpatine, look at this is my new castle. And Palpatine's like, oh, that's cool, but there's no spinny chair, so I don't care. Anyway, it's cool. And then this guy, I don't remember what his name is. We're just gonna call him the creepy guy. So the creepy guy shows up, and he's like Vader's, like right-hand man. He's the guy, like, in charge of the castle or something. So he's there, and he's like, Lord Vader, I have your bathtub ready. And Vader's like, ooh, yay, my bathtub. And then Palpatine's like, no, we have evil things to go do. So they go off and do that. But basically, we get introduced to this character. And so, then it cuts away, which is kind of weird, because the thing is that this creepy guy comes back, when the story actually happens, which is like 50 years later, and he looks the exact same. Which I call bullcrap on, because, like, this is supposed to happen at, like, 19 BBY, or, like, right around then. And then, like, 30 ABY, like, is when this takes place. So, like, what the heck? I don't know. Regardless, so, it's not important, because this is a LEGO Star Wars. The rules don't matter in this. So anyway, oh, come on. Come back. Alright, so anyway, this thing, basically, they're at Vader's castle, right? And this guy, Grabalo the Hutt, he's amazing. If you haven't watched the Freemaker Adventures, watch it. It's funny. Basically, he's Jabba's cousin, and he's an entrepreneur. He's like, hey, I got an idea. You know Vader's castle? Nobody lives there. It's free real estate. I'm gonna make it into a hotel. So he makes it into a hotel, or at least he's working on it. He's got all these battle droids, and he's fixing them up. He's making it into this hotel. It's really funny. He's like, oh, look I got all these different troopers here. I got the spooky trooper now. And it's the stormtrooper in, like, a whole skeleton outfit. I have to get it. I have to make that my Halloween costume. It's gonna be great, alright? I'm telling you, it'll be amazing. So anyway, they're in Vader's castle. Poe's here, and he meets this kid named Dean. And it's kind of weird. Honestly, the creepy guy shows up again. And I think the creepiest part about him is how interested he is in this kid, Dean. Yeah, that's probably the creepiest part about this whole thing. But anyway, this kid Dean is here, and he's, like, good at fixing stuff. And he's also kind of annoying. But whatever, he's good at fixing stuff, so they're like, yeah, we're gonna do a thing. First, this creepy guy, he's gonna tell stories this entire time. So the first one he tells is the story of how Kylo Ren became Kylo Ren, which is pretty cool, actually. Which is it's something that happened in a comic somewhere that I didn't read. So now I get to see how it happened in LEGO, which is funnier. Basically, Ben's like, oh, this is stupid, Luke. I don't want to be a Jedi. And Luke's like, dude, shut up. And then this cool guy shows up and he's like, hey, you should come join the Knights of Ren because we're pretty chill. And Ben's like, okay. So they go off, like, partying and stuff. And they come back, and then Ben's like, I'm Kylo Ren now. And that's basically the whole one. The first one's pretty good. It was pretty funny, though. But then they move on, alright? And then they enter this room, alright? And they're like, alright, so this is the lightsaber room, because they got in there somehow. Like, apparently the creepy dude needed Poe for something. I don't know. This part wasn't really interesting. The interesting part is the stories. The next story is about this lightsaber, alright? So basically, Sidious is like, hey, Grievous, go get me this lightsaber. So Grievous goes off to get the lightsaber, which is pretty cool. We get to see this cool action scene where he's like fighting a bunch of dudes. Regardless, at the same time, Darth Maul, alright, is trying on different legs, which was a very funny bit. I thought this was great. So Darth Maul also wants this saber, and just kind of shows up like, hey, Palpatine, I'm back. And Palpatine's like, oh, I didn't expect you to be back so soon. Anyway, so they're doing this, and it's crazy. Then we get to see Maul and Grievous fight, and Maul just drops a ton of puns, like, I've disarmed you, and you have no leg to stand on. You could use a cough drop. It was so good. It was so good. I can't even tell you, man. It was great. So anyway, then this whole thing happens, then we get like, oh, the saber makes people crazy or whatever. Anyway, moving on, the last story was just my favorite one, personally. It's called The Wookiee's Paw, which is a play on the monkey's paw. If you've ever heard that story, it's like it grants you a wish, but then it doesn't give you what you want. It kind of like, it's a whole thing. Anyway, so The Wookiee's Paw, basically Luke finds this thing on Tatooine. He's like, I wish I was a pilot. And then he gets to be an Imperial pilot. And then he goes off to the Imperial Academy and does all this stuff, and he's like, I wish I was the best pilot in the Academy. And he's like, wow, you're the best pilot, Luke. You should come meet Vader. And he meets Vader, and Vader's like, I'm going to train you. And he's like, what's your name? I was like, hi, I'm Luke Skywalker. And he's like, that seems kind of familiar. I'm not going to think about it, though. Anyway, I'm going to train you now. And then he, like, teaches him how to force choke dudes. He runs around the Death Star, like, with Vader on his back. They swing across the alley, and then Vader gives him a good luck kiss. It was, oh my god, it was so funny. I gotta say. So this was great. And this, and then, like, for whatever reason, like, Leia and Ben Kenobi are, like, in X-Wings, and they're gonna attack the Death Star. And Luke is there to defend the Death Star, but then he screws it up and blows it up anyway, and it was so funny. Anyway, so that's definitely not canon. But I don't think any in this is anyway, so whatever. But that was just really funny. So then, you know, we have, like, the actual, like, final battle. The creepy dude, like, gets his own, like, mech. Like those Marvel mechs they've been making, except it's, like, I don't know what it is. But anyway, they also had NIL8, which, fun fact, was actually on the TIE Fighter Lego set from last year. Yeah, they just, like, threw that on there, and so, cool. They brought that character back for this. But anyway, so then, you know, there's this whole final battle. I think the funniest thing was that they turned all the battle droids, like, evil. It was amazing. I got, like the battle droid with red eyes. You see him right there? No, wait, come back. Wait, why is my remote not working? There we go. See, battle droid with red eyes. Also, they had a Shining reference. Actually, two Shining no, just one. Two? Maybe, I don't know. I think there was two. Because there's the one with the axe, and then there's the one with the two twins. It was very short, but still. Those were pretty funny. And just the zombie battle droids, I think I've mentioned this in a video before. I had, like, an idea for, like, it might have been my rewriting Star Wars video, but I mentioned, like, zombie battle droids would be a cool idea. So, yeah. Where are my royalties, Disney? I came up with this idea first. Give me my royalties. Anyway, so yeah, it was just really funny. I thought the whole thing was enjoyable. The whole storyline was pretty good. You know, you get this whole plot of, like, this Dean kid who's like, oh, I'm force sensitive. I'm gonna go off and be a Jedi now. I don't know. I don't really care about that. This was just funny. So, if you're even, like, the slightest bit like, you know, interested in watching this, just go watch it. It's so good. Even if you're like, oh, Lego, I don't really care about Lego. Like, it's just funny. I think anyone can get entertained by this, even if you don't get all the Star Wars references. It's just comedy. Like, you know, it's the most simplest comedy. It's not like, you know, big brain, like, 100 IQ comedy stuff. It's just funny. It's just enjoyable. So anyway, yeah, that's a pretty good start to my Spooktober, I gotta say. It was very enjoyable. So yeah, Spooktober. It's gonna be a great month, guys. I'm just saying, it's gonna be wonderful. So, hope you enjoyed this video, and hope you get scared more in this month, because it's Spooktober. Anyway, bye.